Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Taking a quick look here again at ICP, double checking a few important factors here. Looking very strong though, folks. I can tell you this is mostly back on track, and I'll explain why with the charts, but we want to kind of start with some macro. We're going to pull out some fib levels and kind of get perspective on the overall sense here. And again, this isn't going to be perfect, but we're going to pull up some trend lines too, and just make sure we kind of pay close attention to these, because generally breaking above a descending trend line is extremely important. It'll commonly run concurrent with Fibonacci retracement levels or previous support and resistances. So we'll just go ahead and pull this out here, kind of see roughly what that looks like, and go from there. So if you're new to the channel, thanks again so much for watching. I hope you can learn something today. If you want to become a better trader, again, CryptoCache.tech is a site link down below. We got a lot of new features coming, actually, as a matter of fact, to our website, as well as, of course, to our Discord. We got some AI bots, we got some trade alerts, kind of sending some new updates there. But mostly I want to say congrats to our community members for our Bitcoin long, 55% in 12 hours. We took that profit to offset a short position we had that was in the red. So we basically flipped our short to long at roughly 60,000, got in. Bob's your uncle. Now we're significantly in profit, but again, making up for some of those, I wouldn't say poor decisions, but honestly, this weekend was looking pretty bearish starting the weekend, and then we had these really strange, especially with ICP, some fundamental catalysts pushing the price action higher faster. So we had to close our short there as well a little early, and then had to flip long, of course. So again, awesome stuff in a way, but also par for the course in another. Again, you can never foresee those fundamental events. But with this one here, it's a CME. I sent the update through our community. In fact, I'll send that also to our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord, so you can kind of see what happened with ICP and XRP. But there's a CME listing that's very, very beneficial. Either way, came up as close as $10. There's more liquidation above the price action. Generally speaking, though, if we do take a look at the monthly, we have majority of liquidation has been swept. 8.5 being one of those, 9.8 being the other. There's a little bit left at about 10.25, 10.50. Okay, so again, still more likelihood we're going to see the price going a little bit higher here, but again, with these larger fib levels here, we got some range to work within. And again, this is just a larger fib. I'm going to go ahead and start posting these on our playout charts here for it's not Poster or Twitter. It's Twitter X essentially for our playout charts there. But we'll talk about that in a minute. What I want to get at here first of all is the daily time frame, and recognize that we are doing fairly well. We're tentatively, I want to emphasize the word tentatively, we're tentatively above the 50-day SMA. Okay, that's right there at this 0.236 fib level. $9.50 is the round number. The price is tentatively rejecting out of that right now. And we can see some previous support levels coming up here that could work as resistances. So again, I'll clean up our charts here when we have more time, because I'm going to actually start sharing my charts live with my community. That'll be available in our Discord here soon. But what I'm trying to get at here is that with this ascending trend line being above that key level resistance, there's a strong chance that we're going to see the price pull back, but we're going to see a lot of support. In other words, we take a look here on the daily closures. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, now 11, and a retest there on the 12th attempt at 837 as a new support. So 837 is absolutely a new support level we can kind of rely on, being such a strong resistance level. And with all this volume coming through, there's a decent chance if the price pulls back to that level, we'll see a pretty swift recovery. Keep in mind, we're getting moderately overextended. Daily time frame isn't fully there yet. We got some more room for growth, but stochastic is implying that we should see a pullback soon. We've been running for about 7 days straight in the same direction. Again, that doesn't matter too much in the overall sense because of the fundamental catalyst there, but I can tell you right now, looking at the 4-hour time frame, you have no reason to consider shorting this coin. We're over 70 on the RSI, have been for some time. We got stochastic swinging up for the second time here, carrying more weight than the first. And we do take a look here, the MACD is still converging, and we're above all moving averages. So again, you don't short into that, folks. It's kind of like running headfirst into oncoming traffic. You'd be better off running headfirst into opposing traffic, right? Going with the grain. I don't propose you do that either, but I am just mentioning that your statistical probability of the success of going with the grain versus against the grain is higher. Okay, that's how it works. So you want to go with the trend here right now, which is up. Keep in mind that trend could be slowing down or shifting gears just a little bit. I do feel like a nice pullback to the 840, 850 range would make sense. That would be an awesome consideration for a long. And also too, if we take a look at the bigger picture here, while this descending trend line isn't perfect, we can see we've been rejecting tentatively for a while now. If we look at this here, we're now tentatively above that. Okay, So generally what happens when you break through a descending trend line, it's really common for the price to come back down and to perform a bullish backtest of the descending trend. So I'm not proposing you short to that level. I'm just saying if the price does come back to 840, 850, that'd be a solid consideration for a long. So I'm going to go ahead and set an alert here for me to reevaluate. If we come back down to this more recent low, in fact, I'm going to probably pull it up here a little bit to about 880. So that does feel like that might be a much better consideration, considering that was an initial rejection zone here for us recently. Okay. Again, it's not exact science. These trend lines are never perfect, but a lot of times they do give us indications of where the bulls and bears are fighting the most. And that's really just what it is. It's just a kind of a visual representation of the battle in the back end that you don't really truly see. You just see the price jumping up and down. All that being said, taking a look at the hourly, we can summarize here with the fact that there's no reason to short this coin, and there won't be for at least 12 more hours. Okay, so I would not consider doing that. I can tell you though, of course, we are overextended on the hourly, and a pullback makes sense. I think Bitcoin having a CME gap in this low $60,000 range, just so you can kind of know, that is a very relevant thing. If that happens, coins like ICP and Solana are the strong ones that have high market cap, they've done very well here. They could very well pull back to those levels. At least, again, the most recent highs working as new lows. So that's what we're looking for here. A pullback to the 880/840 mark for a good primary and secondary entry, possibly a tertiary entry at this lower support range at 790. Those are kind of just some considerations, okay? Again, I'm going to post this on our trade alerts here. We actually have a new section here for trade alerts in our Discord, of course, for my premium members, just to kind of give you perspective of what I'm thinking about for entries. And again, congrats to our members who took a good 55% on that recent Bitcoin trade there from 60,000 to 63.3. Other than that, really not much else to note, except that you should probably consider joining BitUnix if you haven't already. Link down below, folks. Awesome rewards. Use my link to register. They are phenomenal. I always recommend them only because they've been so good to our community, and they're a very, very good exchange with no KYC or VPN requirements. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I deeply appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like the video. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.